Boo! Welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Ghost Adventures. This is a reality docu-series that has run 25 seasons. 25 seasons. Yeah. Um, However, why is there only 4 seasons showing here? I don't know. When I looked at this on... That can't be right, because I saw a whole lot more seasons when I looked at it on my computer. I chose the very first episode of the very first season to watch as an example of where they started. Also because the later episodes in the last most recent season, which is like season 28, even though there's 25 seasons, started in 2008. How do you Well, there's another there's another Ghost Adventures series that started in 2004, which probably was on a different network than where it eventually ended up now, and it's never been a Disney thing, but it was, yeah, it doesn't matter. This is from 2020. It's from 2008 to 2023. It says 25 seasons. This isn't telling me the truth. My computer is. Well, the later episodes in the later seasons are like an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes or so. So I just decided to go with a 44-minute long episode. That seemed easier to handle. And honestly, it's kind of interesting to see the technology of the ancient days of 2008. They're still using camcorders and stuff like that. Now, obviously, the technology has improved a little bit in at least how well we film things, and the higher resolution footage, the better audio pickup that you get from certain devices. That can really just clear out all the background noise and really bring the ghost's voice into center. So, if you can't tell already, and if you haven't seen some of my other videos, like I think Ghost Hunters, I don't know if Ghost Hunters is related to these guys. This is hosted by Zach Baggins. He's kind of the alpha in the group. There's a bunch of cameramen and audio guys and just guys who are just getting together and yelling at ghosts in dark places. They learn about the history of certain places. In the first episode, they go to a club in Kentucky, in the middle of I forget where it's called. What it's called? It was in the middle of Kentucky. So there's a club. It's a bar that you go to down a dark street somewhere, and you got country music playing, some live bands, a jukebox, that kind of stuff. But it also has a humongously dark history that goes back decades at least. That involves Satan worship and a girl whose boyfriend was killed by another guy, and then she committed suicide. I hope I don't get flagged for every single one of those words, because it's not about that. Those words are not what this episode's about. But yeah, it's a whole. There's a lot of darkness going on there, and if you don't already know, I'm not a ghost believer. I'm just not. I every single time. I mean, I enjoy ghost stories. I enjoy Ghostbusters, one of my favorite movies. I love the supernatural, all sorts of different things that involve the existence of ghosts in stories. Perfectly fine with that. I just have never really experienced something myself that would give me pause to believe something falling off shelf. You know what? I live in California. Little tiny earthquake, sure. Does weird things move? Yeah, I don't know. The wind. I have no idea. I'm just generalizing here, but yeah, there's plenty of people who believe in ghosts. That's fine if that's what you want to do, and that's why this show and its like 5 spin-offs are so popular. They can go 25 seasons doing the same. Hey, did you hear that? I'm going to talk over what right when you said, "Did you hear that?" and then nobody could hear it. Shh! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Did you hear that? That for 45 minutes at a time. And particles of dust that float into the frame of their shot. That's a spirit that moved through came out of my back after it scratched me. Who scratched me? Like, Zach, he likes to taunt the ghost. And this is where what I do believe in are reality shows are not real. I've seen my share of them being filmed. I know that things are very intentionally set up in order to create scenarios that are either more contentious or more sensational than they actually are. Because if these guys got locked into the inside a bar overnight on their own, like locked, I don't know what the point is of having themselves locked in there. Because okay, like, would it change anything if you're like, oh man, I got to get another battery from the truck, and you go out and get a battery, put it back in the camera, and you continue? If you were locked in, would it make the ghosts more bold to smear your blood from floor to ceiling? I don't think they're, again, we are presuming a lot about ghosts. These guys and so many others create a kind of a Bible or a guidebook as to how ghosts react and act and things like that. There is nothing. We do not understand the other world, the afterlife, or any of these things enough to go, well, that's the way it works. That's the rules. If the electromagnetic spectrometer starts tacking really high, well, there's a ghost nearby. If it's really cold suddenly, not because we're in an old creaky bar that's been around for 100 years, and there's no draft that could, cause somebody to get goosebumps, or your own psychosis, in your own head. I've felt things where, oh my gosh, I feel it's like spooky. Is there a dark presence in the room? That kind of stuff. We've all felt those kind of things. It doesn't mean they're real. Again, just my opinion. It's fine if you believe it. I'm not busting on you. It's just my experience is that it's a tremendous amount of BS in order to sensationalize these things for television. And again, that's the point of this. It's made to make interesting television. And with 25 seasons and 5 spin-offs, they're very successful at it. I would think after 5 episodes of... Did you hear that? It would get tremendously repetitive. Like, oh, somebody scratched my back. Not that time that I scratched my back 15 minutes ago. Oh, well, we can use that. Okay, yeah. Could you scratch a little harder? Yeah, okay. And again, edit around it, and suddenly you get a scratched back and you don't know where it came from, and you're just yelling at the ghost, who scratched me? The ghosts have never talked to you in the past. Why would they start now? Because they scratched you in the back. And if they're all demonic ghosts, and you believe they exist, why are you taunting them? Because if they have otherworldly abilities and powers that you don't understand, because, again, there is no rule book, as much as we'd like to think there is. Yes, Ray has probably written out everything else. It's in his occult bookshop from Ghostbusters. Yeah, he's got it all figured out. And yeah, and Dan Aykroyd is a big believer in all this kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean that even though things are documented in certain ways, stories are told. There's centuries, thousands of years of stories. It's not evidence. It's anecdotal, and you might be able to add some things together and go see a pattern, see things like that, but it's not. It doesn't mean anything. In reality, it doesn't mean anything. If I would think that with thousands of years of these stories, we'd have some better understanding of the afterlife and how to communicate, maybe. And honestly, if you're a ghost, and if you also have like a concept of heaven and hell, and also ghosts at the same time, what is going on there? Is there a purgatory, or is purgatory connected to the bar you died in, or the house, or the restaurant, or the a college dorm, or whatever it is? Well, what's going on? Again, without any kind of consistency, this makes for great entertainment. That's it. Because you can make up whatever you want. If there was a rule, I don't think they'd have as many episodes, because somebody could say, hey, yeah, we got ghosts over here at my apartment, and okay, well, we know how to do this, and this has been proven to work every single time, and we know how to invoke them, we know how to communicate with them, we know how to have them communicate with us, and the episode would be fairly predictable for the most part. You'd be able to, like, okay, well, there's a ghost. Oh, there's two. Oh, there's five. And here you go, everybody. Meet some ghosts. No, but part of the great thing about these shows is that it's unexpected, and you can make up any situation you want, however repetitive the basis for it is. It can be like, oh my gosh, you're just rattling the wind chimes on this windy night for some reason. Or I hear sounds that sounds like somebody crying or moaning or singing. And there's just, it's a bar that has a lot of electrical driven equipment, refrigerators and gas lines and other things like that just sort of creak or shudder or do other things. Again, this isn't really talking about the show at all, but I mean, it is. It's just, I'm trying. I don't think I could ever debunk this stuff because it can never be proven until we have the means to prove it at least once that any of this is real. They have a show that can go forever. Because the moment they have actual physical terrifying proof that there are demonic ghosts in the basement, there's an entrance to hell in the basement of a bar that also connects to a sewer where certainly no outside vermin have ever gone or made noises ever at any point in the past. Did you hear that? I actually did hear something just now. Oh, now I got goosebumps. See? Ooh. Well, now I just proved myself wrong. Honestly, this apartment, when I moved into it a long time ago, the last person that probably lived here, kept getting their mail after they were gone, and they were an elderly man, and I imagine they might have died here. They didn't tell me. I didn't ask, but, I needed a place. I would think I'd have a little bit more experience. Hey, by the way, I'm doing this whole Halloween run right now. If it turns out at some point during this time I'm here, I do have some paranormal activity, I'll let you know in a future episode, especially if it happens at least within the Halloween thing. That would be convenient. All right? I'm not going to taunt you. Who taunts demonic ghosts? And why are they demonic? I realize that they're supposed to be Satanists who sacrificed a girl or something at that bar in the first episode. If you have to choose the first season. But why? I mean, if it's all about the afterlife, are they all demonic? Is it just that one? And does it determine? Yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of variables. So, and again, we do have earthquakes. I'm going to check the earthquake thing. Or maybe my places now, the ghosts, after 20 years, have decided just to go, oh my gosh, he doesn't believe in us. Believe in yourself, ghosts. Believe in yourself. Hey, and by the way, I'm not against believing or experiencing or understanding, because I would like it would make me want to learn more, and I understand the appeal of those who aren't sure or are all in. They want to believe. Fox Mulder it. They want to believe. And you know what? I don't know if I want to believe, but if I'm gonna have a kind of experience, I want to understand. I don't want to be obsessive about it, but I want to understand why they're ghosts and why they communicate and why they make noises. Guys, seriously. Why do they make noises and why are they hanging out? The whole story used to be like, oh, they have unfinished business. Okay. Is there no instructions on the other side? is it just everybody's in like in a haze and you're just like, I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna make the door creak. That'll settle this thing where I didn't resolve emotional issues with my family. I don't know. So I know I've gone on way too long with this, but hey, if you have opinions about ghosts and stuff like that, feel free to comment. It's I'm not the authority. I do not know at all. I would like in so many things. I would love to be proven wrong as long as it built to something that is that can be learned. There's nothing that says there can't be an afterlife or spirits or anything else. But if it's real, let's work towards understanding rather than building sensationalism, which, again, is great for these guys. For Zach and the gang, Aaron and Billy and Jay and Nick and Jeff and all of them. If it builds to something that you can make a living off of, as these guys do, go for it. Go for it. Just don't lie to people. And I realize that's part of the thing. You gotta jack it up and make it really interesting. And there's no shortage of haunted places all over, just not even just the United States, not just California, not just, well, the world. But, yeah. I don't know. They're doing something right. So yeah, definitely, there's a whole lot more than I just saw here earlier indicated, unless they just suddenly got rid of him while I was between watching it and coming to the screen here. There's lots of ghost adventures to be had. So that's all I'm going to say for that. Tomorrow we already have another Halloween-themed series, another Halloween episode, and this one is actually a brand new series that's on Disney Plus now. And by the way, I kind of like the fact that I picked some stuff where we don't have two categories the same any day for the rest of this week. I'm not going to have 2 shorts in a row, or 2 documentaries, or 2 movies, or 2 series in a row. It's going to be something different each day. I did it on purpose because I wanted to be entertained and not bored. So hopefully you feel the same. We're going to be watching Vampirina, Teenage Vampire, new series, live action spin-off of the Disney Junior preteen, preschool level cartoon from years ago. I don't think they're making them anymore, but now she's a teenager, so that's a whole new thing. On the Disney Channel, I'm pretty sure, or XD, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because I watch it on Disney Plus. Well, I'm going to, tomorrow. Vampirina, Teenage Vampire is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Boo.